Hello and welcome to my autoethnographic log about unschooling and natural learning. I'm Ana Fonseca. I'm an unschooling mom and an anthropologist sharing my experiences during my own unlearning process while supporting my child's natural learning journey. The day begins slowly. There is no rush to get anywhere. Just a quiet moment. A child being in the world. And me, trying not to turn that world into a lesson. It looks simple, but beneath the surface, there is a struggle. My struggle. There is a story already unfolding in front of me, but I feel that strong pull that whispers, should I guide, explain, name what's happening? That's the quiet struggle of unlearning. Unschooling or natural learning is often described as a child's freedom to learn naturally. But I'm starting to see how it is also an invitation for adults to unlearn what we think learning should look like. It's about unlearning internalized ideas we have about progress, control, and success. Unlearning doesn't look impressive. It's slow, messy, and sometimes uncomfortable. It's catching yourself wanting to control, wanting to turn wonder into progress, and instead choosing to wait, choosing to trust. Each time I pause, each time I stay silent instead of stepping in, I make room for curiosity to breathe. It's not always easy, because we were conditioned to equate guidance with care and control with responsibility. But when I let go, when I trust the process, I see how deeply my own unlearning shapes my child's learning. My unlearning isn't a background story. It's the soil for my child's learning to grow. As an anthropologist, I wanted to understand this process without turning it into data about my child. I needed an approach that could hold this tension, the personal and the cultural, the intimate and the analytic. That's why I chose autoethnography, a way of studying culture by noticing how it lives inside us. Autoethnography lets me see my own unlearning as a form of cultural reflection. It makes visible how deeply the cultural artifact of schooling lives inside me. In my timing, my speech, my expectations, even my silences. This autoethnography isn't a manual for others. It's an inquiry into myself. An exploration of what happens when an adult steps outside the cultural grammar of schooling and begins to live differently. By sharing about my own unlearning, I keep the focus on the adult transformation that makes unschooling possible. There is also an ethical boundary here, a deliberate refusal to narrate my child's life. You won't hear personal stories about my child here. That is intentional. I share the belief that our children's lives and stories are theirs, not ours to share. I'm sharing from proximity, not possession. I'm sharing without sharing thin. I tell stories from the space that learning opens between my child and I. It's a commitment to presence without exposure. The autoethnographic entries you will find here are field notes of unlearning. You may recognize your own habits in mind, the urge to measure, to compare, to direct. And maybe, as we unlearn together, we'll remember what learning felt and looked like before we learned that it needed to be taught.